Sometimes the best works come from how you're feeling when you're drawing. I have always been connected to art because of a passion I have for art and animation and bringing these stories, characters, ideas to life. Sometimes my best pieces come out of what kind of emotions I have. I'm going to discuss how you can convey your emotions in your drawing, or how you can really feel that emotion in your drawing without, say, you're feeling sad. You draw how you're feeling without just drawing some sad character, drawing this kind of sadness without this blue theme or anything, but really conveying it in a way that's so subtle that really makes a great piece. We're gonna get into this more, but let's hop to it.
It's the Lily factor. Ding!
Today I know exactly how I'm feeling. It's a mix between a sort of sadness and a sort of happiness. It's kind of mixed. I've been feeling a lot of emotions today, but I really thought since I've been feeling these emotions, this would be the perfect time to do this kind of video. I don't want this drawing to be too long, so I'm gonna work under a time limit. I'm gonna give myself 30 minutes. Now this is no drawing challenge per se. This is just me getting out some work without feeling like I have to make it look good or really add a lot of detail into it. I just want to make it how I would want to make it. Got the cameras on the wrong side. Okay, 30 minutes starting now. See, no pressure in that. I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it. Okay, we're gonna use a perspective guide today because I'm drawing a background, or at least that's that's at least what I intend to do. So I'm gonna find a vanishing point that I want it to have in this drawing. Not really sure where I want it to vanish. After having a little fight with the drawing guide, I think I have it down. Not really sure what I want to do. It's one of those drawings. I kind of feel like doing something water related, maybe? I also want to do something inspired by migraines. That is a personal reason. Sorry, I'm not as like chipper. I'm just not feeling it. I'm feeling it art-wise, but I'm not feeling it life-wise. I kind of like that. I just don't really know what to do with that. Maybe this kind of represents the high points. So like some kids up there and they're pretty happy. This is terrible. Okay, that does not look like my age category drawing, so we'll just ignore that one's existence. Then maybe this can just kind of curve in, be the low point. Haha, pressure sensitivity revealed, am I right? Okay. Why can't I hit the right buttons today? Just adds on. I'm not really being very thoughtful like with making this building or anything, but I'm just kind of thinking back on something I had seen before in a video. I wish I could just have the link and recommend it to you guys, but I don't remember because it was so long ago when I saw it. But it was this comic book illustrator kind of discussing like what he learned just being an intern for this other comic book illustrator, and he was talking about how this illustrator would draw like these exotic alien backgrounds for, you know, Marvel comics or whatever they did. Maybe it was DC, I don't remember, but how they would just start with a scribble and then create this entire life around it. I feel like water, so maybe there's a waterfall coming in and kind of disturbing this scene, maybe? And maybe someone's coming down this waterfall, say on a skateboard. Or rollerblades. We'll do rollerblades because I'm a rollerblader, so. I was always more fond of the roller skating, and I was like, oh, rollerblading's for cheaters, until I got my own pair of rollerblades, and then I was like, okay, I see. I see it now. Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna leave out adding people until I can put them on a separate layer, because I am not putting them in perspective. And then maybe some sort of exotic, like, curvy tree here. When it comes to trees, I just kind of draw like these little dotted somethings. I want to make this a digital painting rather than a drawing, just because I know it helps me improve the speed and quality of my drawing in backgrounds. If I'm doing like a character, I make it a digital drawing, but since this is a background, I love how Procreate has these drawing guides. Like, I always use the grid drawing guide, not the perspective guide, because that's all I thought they had. Even though I knew about the whole edit drawing guide and like that was an option, I just completely overlooked the fact that it had a perspective option. So I was spending like a good long time drawing these like lines of my own and trying to make them straight and everything, also forgetting about the old drawing assist right there that'll automatically draw you a straight line just the way you want it. Wasn't I brilliant? But because someday I was really desperate. I wish Procreate had this automatic perspective drawing guide, because I was watching a tutorial on perspective and these guys were using Adobe, and I was like, I wish I could draw with a drawing guide. Little did I know that it was right there in front of me this whole time and I had just overlooked it. Let's do some sort of what is this? What is it gonna be? This is actually looking like something that, for the record, this is not something I typically draw for backgrounds, but I should, because I actually have this idea for, well, private, something that I can't tell you guys about, that involves like these exotic kind of unrealistic backgrounds or settings, I guess is the better way to describe it. And then we can make this kind of rocky. What if it was like made of brick, where like the lines are straight and then have a little brick texture? That's kind of cool, because then it adds that sort of realism aside from, you know, this weird waterfall kind of bird like rampaging through this road. Now this, I did not think about this. Okay, I want this to be some sort of oval shaped gemstone. I know what you're thinking. Don't actually know what you're thinking, because you're you and I'm not you, so. Okay, now this. Make it jagged lines. Look at that, we already sketched this whole world. Fill it in a different layer instead of just doing the background color. I don't know what's wrong with me. Actually, I'm just gonna leave it because it's already kind of on a light opacity. Why am I trying to lower it, you know? Okay. I think we're just gonna go on top of this purple and see what happens. I want that bluish purple. You know, those bluish purples that always tricked you in elementary school? The old Crayola trick where you don't bother to read the label and it's like indigo blue and you're like, great, you know, blue, woohoo, and then it ain't blue, it's purple. It may look like blue and you may not be colorblind, but it's purple. We lied. The Crayola scam of the century. Yeah, don't worry, Crayola, I'm not against you guys in any way. That always devastated me as a child because I'd ruined my not so great coloring piece because Crayola tricked me. Okay, but seriously, have any of you guys ever had that problem where, like, when you were little, you get those little Crayola crayons and it wasn't the color you thought it was gonna be? It was always the blues for me that were like tricky, because there was that blue that was really just purple. But then there was the orange red. I hated that orange red. Looked like the wrapping was orange, and I think it even said it was orange, but no, when you set that color down, it was red. But I mean, at least you could tell with the tip it was red. But look at me, I'm just venting about Crayola. Sorry, Crayola, I'm taking my own personal feelings out on you guys. Great brand. I'm not against it in any way, except, you know, try and make it more obvious for us kindergartners. I'm just filling in the base color, and I don't know why I'm taking so much time on this. I don't have to be perfect. Lily, stop. You don't have to be perfect. That's the problem when you're a perfectionist. So if you guys wish you could be like some perfectionist, well, there are pros and cons to this. So just be ready to just be aware of what you might be getting yourself into, becoming that perfectionist. Is that something really you can become though? Or is that really just like natural thing? Like some people have it and then some people don't. What do you think? Can you become a perfectionist, or do you have to be born into the world of perfectionism? Let me know. Ooh, I love how teal this water is. It's gonna be one of those unrealistic watercolors where it's kind of reflecting off other colors. You know, like when the sun sets and the water's pink, even though the water's not really pink, it's all in the lighting tricks, you know? Alright, let's have a look-see at what we got. Nice, nice. That is a masterpiece. Look at that. It's so satisfying. The lighter you go, the smoother it goes. I know, this isn't like meant to be knocking people's shoes off, but this is me kind of drawing out my emotions. I feel kind of weird and random, but I also feel like this random waterfall. Water's always gonna reflect a bit of what's next to it, so why not just incorporate some of that? Trees on the other hand, you gotta kind of dot it around. And then lighter. I like the twisty trees. The look to it is really kind of fun. Yeah, I've used this brush only like once for digital painting now that I think about it, because I've only done like 2 digital paintings. No, 3. 3. 1 background, 2 people. But this brush is, I'm still learning it too. So I'll get the hang of it. We'll learn it eventually. This is looking kind of nice. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised I'm even saying that, really. I kind of like digital painting. I think it's because with digital drawing, I take a lot of time on it. But I feel like with this, I have that freedom to be sloppy, but not feel guilty about it. I have the freedom to make it sloppy, because even in painting, I'm sloppy. That is the life of a painter. There's gonna be times where the piece is just kind of messy and you can't really do anything about it. I really think I need to just start timing myself for every single thing I do. That's something I've always like thought I should do, and I'm not the person who got around to it, but I really think I should do that more often, because once I have like a timer next to me, I'm more aware of my pacing and I'm more thoughtful about it. Watch this. This is the magical part of layers. Boop, boop. Check this out. Boop, boop. It's like, it just starts off and it's not even fun to look at, you know? And there's definitely some animations where these are the backgrounds. They have no shading or anything. I mean, there's some people that actually have the courtesy to go like, hey, here's a little light for you, but this is the magic where there's even shading. And I mean, at least with some, you know, this didn't take too long, but some people will just leave it there. I'm not that kind of person, so get ready, because I'm not done. Not done yet. Okay, add some white to just these kind of areas here. I'm gonna lower the opacity of the white, because you don't want like the white to be on the lighting as much. You always want it to be like other colors. The white is just like for the last necessity of lighting that the other colors may not have been able to pull off. But you don't want this all the time, because it's just gonna make it look very bland, and bland drawings are not fun drawings. Before I was fine, but this kind of gives it that oomph. But now I want the colors to be more vivid, so I'm just gonna go on top here, give it that flair we need. This is where I get to kind of smoothen everything out, because they're all together. So using this brush will actually kind of smudge it all without having to actually use the smudging feature. You know what would be good, because I'm giving it kind of this like blue glow here. What would be really nice is if I add these gemstones on a little, like they're so bright that they kind of hit the road. I love doing stuff like this where it's like those added details that no one would care about otherwise. Reset that clock after it goes off. Oh no. Then I like, you know, continue with the good cackle. This is so bad. Okay, let's go for an hour and 20 minutes. See if we can pull that off. I think I just need to give it a good old clean up on just all of the color in general. And then see what I can add on. Oh yeah, that's working. Digital painting, I love it. It's the best. It's one of those I've underappreciated for too long. It's not even that I've underappreciated, I just didn't know that was an option. I had heard people talk about like digital painting and I was like, what is that? And then we can add a little glow again from these gemstones to really show how vivid they are and reflective they can be. Now I need to move on to the water and over here, and then I think I will be content with this drawing. I mean, I am content with it right now, but since I'm a perfectionist, my work is never done. All right, and we're done. This is what I was feeling today. I really tried to get out that emotion. There's a sense of happiness, a sense of sadness. At least that's how I feel, you know. I'm just conveying what I think about this drawing shows what I feel. But anyway, this is it. I suggest that you all try and just draw your emotions. That's where your best drawings come out. That's where your most unique drawings come out. This was awesome. I was so happy to finally sit back and just draw a background. Look, I didn't even have to draw any characters involved. Typically, I always involve a character. So this was a nice vacation. Thank you all for watching. I hope this is encouraging in some way, that even on bad days, if you just do something, it doesn't even have to be drawing. If it's just something you're passionate about, just get it out of you. You know, get that emotion out, because sometimes on our worst days, our best work comes out. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck in life and in art. Bye-bye.